What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. So guys, I never really ever thought I'd make this episode, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? Here's what I mean. So today, I had someone write to me on my Instagram account, @TheSimpleConsultant. You can find me here, you can write to me directly here, and believe me guys, I respond to each and every one of you. No matter how long it takes, I do respond. So if you have a question for me, there's your best bet. Follow me there. Okay, so someone this morning wrote to me, and they were like, hey, Time Teller, I got the Seiko SSC 081, just like you said. It's a really cool watch, but I think it's broken. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, okay, so I took it out of the box, and I don't know why the second hand is stuck, but when I press this button, the second hand moves, and then when I press it again, it stops, and then I don't know why it's doing that. And then I was like, whoa, this person doesn't know what a chronograph is. And that's fine, that is awesome. Because what that means is some honest beginners are actually following this channel and following me on Instagram, and that is such a cool thing. I love to hear about beginners coming into the watch world, and yeah, it's very, very cool and very, very fun. So I kind of gave him a little crash course, and then he understood what a chronograph was, and I figured, you know what? Why don't I just make a little video about it, because he can't be the only one. He can't be the only person that follows this channel that doesn't really know what a chronograph is. So yeah, without further ado, what's a chronograph? It's 6:41 p.m. Let's get down to business. Now guys, I'm wearing my beautiful Breitling Navitimer, another very cool chronograph, but we're gonna be talking about this Seiko SSC 081 for a moment. We'll talk about both, but yeah, let's bring you up close and talk about what a chronograph is. All right guys, so here is the chronograph in question, the beautiful Seiko SSC 081 solar chronograph compass. I just cannot speak highly enough of this watch. I absolutely love it, and there's a lot to love here. I mean, extreme legibility, incredible lume. It's got a little internal rotating compass. I've actually made a video explaining how to use these internal compasses, so if you haven't seen that episode, click the link in the description below. It's got a date function, it's obviously a chronograph, and it's solar powered, and it's got a 100-meter water resistance rating. So okay, yeah, as I said earlier in the intro, one of my subscribers picked this watch up after hearing me recommend it so many times, and he was worried that the second hand was stuck, okay? And then he said, hey, when I press this button, the second hand starts to move. Well, here's the deal. That's actually not your second hand, although I understand how it could very easily be confusing. This is what's known as your chronograph hand, and this is actually what you use to time whatever you are timing. So guys, pretty much a chronograph is just a glorified stopwatch that you wear on your wrist. And I think it should be noted, you either love chronographs or you hate chronographs, okay? So some people just love the functionality, they love how they look, they love being able to, you know, play with something and time things. I think they're really, really fun, but some people are just repulsed by them. They think it's just too much watch to wear on your wrist, and I get that too. I mean, I try to judge watches on kind of a watch-to-watch basis, but I have a bunch of chronographs, and in general, I think the chronograph complication is pretty dang neat. But okay, so this is your chronograph hand. This is essentially your stopwatch. This is what's timing the seconds as they elapse. Now, these little dials here, these mini dials, these are known as sub-dials, okay? And each chronograph may be different. They may have a different layout when it comes to their sub-dials. So not all chronographs have running seconds, and what I mean by that is I'm clearing it. Not all chronographs will have seconds that are ticking away in one of the sub-dials. Now here, this would be the second hand on this watch. As you can see, it's just ticking away. And then here, this top dial over by the 12, or actually right on the 12 o'clock, is what is actually counting the minutes as they elapse. So the overall chronograph hand is counting the seconds, this is counting the minutes, and here we actually have an alarm function, and I'll make a separate video about how to use that. But I brought out my Speedy, my Omega Speedmaster Professional, just to show you how, you know, chronographs can actually look different, but overall, they are pretty much the same. So The Speedmaster Professional, excuse me, does have running seconds as well. So over here by the 9 o'clock, you can see the seconds being ticking away. And then when I press the top pusher, we can see the chronograph hand will start to move. If I can get it in focus, I apologize, guys. And then here, over by the 3 o'clock, is what's actually going to count the minutes as they elapse, and then down here is what's going to keep track of the hours. All right, guys, so by now you probably got the gist of things. You probably already know how to use a chronograph, but real quick, how do you use your chronograph? How do you time something with it? Well, the cool thing is, again, most chronographs are pretty similar with these two buttons here, these two pushers, whatever you want to call them. Now, they do have single push chronographs, which are really, really cool, but honestly quite rare, and you probably won't come across them all that often. So we're just going to be talking about your more common chronograph layout with these two buttons. So, okay, let's say you want to time something, 3, 2, 1, go. You'd press the top pusher, and you can see the chronograph hand is now moving. And let's say you're done, boom, you press that top button again, the chronograph has stopped running. So then, let's say you want to clear it and time something else. Well, you press the bottom one, and as you can see, it is now cleared back to 0. Now that's a very satisfying sweeping motion that this watch has. Not all chronographs have that really cool sweeping motion. Man, I love looking at that. For instance, Speedmaster Professional, the Speedy. We're gonna start it, okay, we're timing something, very, very cool. Now we're gonna stop it, and then we're gonna clear it. Boop, it just shoots right back to 0. So not as satisfying to look at in my opinion as this one, but still a very, very good prolific chronograph. So yeah, kind of a little impromptu video here, hope you don't mind, but that's how you use your chronograph. I'm very, very blessed to have these 3 prolific chronographs in my collection. Omega Speedmaster Professional 25th Anniversary Moonwatch, Seiko SSC 081 Solar Chronograph Compass, really cool watch, and the beautiful Breitling Navitimer. And that's really all there is to it, guys. A chronograph, just pretty much a glorified stopwatch on your wrist. I think they're really cool, but let me know what you think. I'm sure most of you do know what a chronograph is, but if you didn't know, hey, now you do. And guys, if you're new to watch collecting, if you don't know much about watches yet, don't worry about it. Watch some more of my videos and find me on Instagram at The Simple Consultant. Ask me a question. I love answering these questions, and I love hearing about new people joining us in the watch community. It's just so exciting and it's awesome. And as always, guys, you can find some awesome chronographs and other watches at the Time Teller shop, so click the link in the description below. Shop around, really does help the channel out a ton when you do that, so thank you. And if you're new here, if this is your first time joining us here at the Time Teller channel, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by, but go ahead, click that subscribe button. It takes 1 second, helps me out a ton. While you're at it, you can go ahead and click that little bell icon so you do not miss an episode of the Time Teller. There's just so much more awesome content on the way, and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people that you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time, I just tell it.